you lovely lot, it's me, and today I thought we'd take a really good look at this little beauty over here, which is the watercolour palette that I made. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about this and why I did it. One of the things all artists need, especially students, is a good solid watercolour palette, something you can take with you wherever you go. It's basically the backbone of a lot of people's work. The problem is a lot of the really big companies, the big corporates, charge hundreds of pounds for a professional quality watercolour palette. So I wanted to make a really high quality, affordable one for all of us. So this set is the world's first not-for-profit watercolour palette. And inside it, this is one I use a lot, so you can see I've been at it, is 36 of the world's colouriest colours, and they are really, really good quality. The thing you need to know about what makes a watercolour good is actually the quality of the pigments used, because it's possible to buy really cheap pigments, and you've probably had a really cheap watercolour set in the past and used it, and it's all very wishy-washy and there's no colour involved and it's just flipping frustrating. So I wanted to make sure we bought really high quality pigments in the set, and we put plenty of pigment in it so you could get those really beautiful saturated colours that you want for your work, so you don't get frustrated, so you can make good stuff. So as I say, it's a not-for-profit set, and when you order it on the website, you actually get the choice to pay it forward. So you can have a completely not-for-profit set, or you can pay a little bit more, and that will enable those who can't afford one to have one, because we want everybody to be able to access the colours. That's the whole point. Right, shall we have a little look at what you get in the set, and then I'll show you what some of these colours look like. So first of all, as I said before, you get 36 colours. They come in this really nice travel set, and you get this little kiddie here, which is really useful, so you can mix all your colours on it. You can pop that in there as well, and then if you're out and about, you can kind of work like this, which is really handy. Or you can pop your thumb through that and be one of those traditional old-fashioned kind of artists. It lets you do that as well. And then I've chucked in here, for those of you that want it, you may not want to use this. In all honesty, I don't really use these, but you can fill it with water, and you can use it as a water brush pen, especially if you're out and about, maybe you're on holiday. It's just a cool thing to kind of chuck in your bag. The other thing you'll know, and where this differs from all the other watercolour sets, is the colours. The colours in this set I have invented, okay? So we have things like Runaway, Jealous, Soft Shot, Venom, Emerald City. I don't list traditional pigment names. The reason for that is a lot of these pigments we've actually created, or they're a hybrid of other pigments. The thing you need to know is they're all extremely light fast, they're not going to fade, and they're really, really good quality. The reason why I don't list the pigments, and I know watercolour purists get so angry with me about that, is this isn't about what it's made of. What it's about is what you do with it. I'm excited to see what art you make with this brilliant watercolour set. I don't want to bog you down with the chemical details. In fact, a list of weird chemical numbers isn't going to mean anything to you. It's not going to help you make better work, so I've left it out. If you've got a problem with that, use a different watercolour set. If you're cool with that, use this and make some brilliant work. You've got a little guide there. So let's take a look, and we'll swatch out some of these, and we'll just have a little bit of fun together and see what they're like. I'm going to use this, my favourite watercolour paper. This is made by Saunders Waterford. Big shout out to Saunders Waterford. I've been using your paper my whole life. I will be using the 36 colour, not-for-profit, Colourieist colour palette. There it is. And I will be using a nice soft brush, a watercolour brush. So these are lovely lovely soft watercolour brushes here, so I'll be using those, and we're just going to take a little look at what these colours look like as they come off the brush together. Okay, so please be a little bit forgiving. I am not really a watercolourist. I wouldn't claim to be. Acrylics are my thing, but I do use them from time to time, and of course I understand about pigments and how to make paint. So water, soft brush, watercolour brush. Let's have a look. Let's start with one of these greens. These greens are absolutely lovely. So let's go for this one. Now let me see, what's this one called? Ah, this one is Emerald City. And what I do is you know me, I'm into my saturated colours, really strong, classic Stuart. So I have a little bit of water and I work it up really hard. Of course, you're going to get all those lovely washes and stuff, but I just want to show you the quality of the pigment in these, really, and just show you the sort of coverage you can get. So that actually, can you see how vibrant that is? I don't know if that's coming out on the thing, but you can see the coverage there is really, really good. And that's really because these are professional pigments, brilliant binders. They're every bit the same quality as you'd get from sets costing hundreds of pounds, actually. So that's Emerald City. This is one of my favourite colours. This one is called Ray Gun. And for those of you that use the acrylics that I made, there's a ray gun in the acrylic set as well. This is as close to that as we could get in a watercolour. Let's just have a look. So I love just flipping, look at this. Look at that! Look how vibrant that is. That is amazing. And you'll notice, even as I spread it out, there's no kind of like pixel pigment kind of spread. Do you know what I mean? It's consistent throughout the swatch, which is what you want. Cheaper paints, you're going to get to the end of this and realise there's hardly any pigment left. You're going to be painting with water. We don't want that. That's how we know it's a nice high quality paint. That's good. Should we do something a bit more washy, just for fun? This is Bowie, after David, of course, one of my musical heroes. Look at that, it's a lovely colour. I'm just going to whack some on there. We're just doing like a nice little washy wash. I'm just going to get a decent amount of pigment and paint on there. I love this colour. Do you guys love this colour? I mean, I wonder what your favourite colour is out of all these lovely colours. And they last such a long time because they're so pigmented. You know, you're gonna find this set lasts you a very, very long time. I'm gonna add a bit of extra water in there because I want to do something really nice. You probably want to see me make some sort of fancy painting. That's not going to happen today. There's loads of people on YouTube actually that use these paints. If you sort of Google Stuart Semple palette or whatever, you'll see loads of other people who've made great things. You can see actual finished work. Maybe, there you go. Look at that. It's a lovely pale kind of wash. That'd be really nice for a sort of sky or whatever. It's lovely, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. And then maybe I'm going to get carried away now. We're going to end up with a painting in a minute. This is King Zulu. Look at this blue. I mean, what? Look at that. Now, I challenge any palette to be getting colours like this out of it because to get this isn't easy. You just sort of bleed it in a little bit just so you can see. Look at that, isn't that? There's something very pretty about it. Watch, there you go. Look at that, just blend that together there into the blue. Isn't that sweet? You know, I enjoy using it. And it's one of those things that I can just chuck in my bag, and if I'm away and I've got a little idea, or even I fancy doing a little bit of sketching out and about, it's just there, you know. But the main thing is, the reason for this is because I really wanted to make really high quality, professional quality colours available to everybody, because I know when you're starting out, especially, if you get crummy materials, it just completely puts you off doing anything, you know. It really does, because it just doesn't come out very nice. This is called Grudge. Look at that. And your imagination will be completely different than mine, of course. You're not going to do some weird psychedelic bonsai tree, are you? So there you go, sort of deep dive into the watercolour palette. As I say, 36 professional quality colours and a non-profit set. And I hope you really enjoy using them. If you've got any questions about these, besides what pigments I use to make them, because I'm not going to answer all that again, then leave me a comment and I'll do my best to get in touch and answer any questions you have. But enjoy the palette, and hopefully that was useful. See you later.